It's opening night in the NHL. The Blue Jays and Yankees square off in a critical Game 3, and we've got some Women's Champions League action to break down. This is the Game Day Grind. What's up, sports fans? My name is Chris. Welcome back to Game Day Wagers, and thank you for tuning into the Game Day Grind. Today is Tuesday, October 7th, and in today's video, we've got an action-packed slate for you to break down. We're talking to 3 games in the NHL opening night. We're talking some Jays, Yankees, ALDS Game 3, and we're going to break down a Women's Champions League game between Arsenal and Lyon in a game that I believe will feature plenty of goals. Before we get into the plays, though, if you guys haven't already taken a second to like the video, please go ahead and do so now. It helps the algorithms out a lot. And if you guys are new around here, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, Game Day Wagers, so you don't miss on any content we got moving forward. A little bit of a recap from yesterday. We went 3-4 with our picks for a small loss, but I'm excited about our picks today. We got plenty of action across all 3 sports. And whether you're looking for action on the ice, the diamond, or the pitch, we've got you covered. To kick things off, we are starting on the ice. We're talking Blackhawks versus Panthers. The 2-time defending Cup champions raised the banner for the second straight year and are currently minus 280 favorites in the betting market, with the total sitting at 5.5, juiced to the over at minus 120. On paper, this appears to be a mismatch. The Panthers are bringing back the majority of their core from the back-to-back winning Cup teams, but they're going to be without Barkov, they're going to be without Tkachuk for this contest and the foreseeable future. Still, they do have enough high-end talent like the likes of Sam Reinhart, Sam Bennett, Brad Marchand, and some deep quality players in the bottom 6 that could trouble even the best of the teams. From a trends perspective, Cup winners are 6-3-1 over the last 10 years, with their last 5 wins coming by 2+ goals. If you look at the Blackhawks, they enter this year with high expectations of not being the worst team in the league. They finished the 2025 season with 61 points. Only the San Jose Sharks were worse. This year, they've got much of the same core led by Connor Bedard, who will need to live up to his hype and put the team on his back. If you look at this Blackhawks team objectively, there's honestly not much to like about this Blackhawks side. They may be one of the lower scoring teams once again this year. If you factor in the Panthers likely come out sluggish, and the lack of offense from the Blackhawks, I think we are in store for a low scoring opener. So my official play, under 5.5 goals at plus 100. From a player prop perspective, unders don't tend to lend themselves to anything attractive, but I think Sergei Bobrovsky over 19.5 saves is a number that stood out to me. The Blackhawks will be chomping at the bit to get this season started and try to, exceed expectations early on. And with the Panthers likely to come out sluggish, I can see Bob being brought into action early, with the Blackhawks taking the game to the Panthers in the early exchanges. I'll go over 19.5 saves for Sergei Bobrovsky at minus 120. Next up, we're going to MSG. We're talking Pittsburgh versus New York. The Blue Shirts enter this game as minus 225 favorites, with the total sitting at 6, slightly juiced to the under at minus 115 at Bet365. Both teams enter this season off disappointing years last year, so both will be looking to make amends and find their way back into the postseason. For the Penguins, it feels like we've been talking about the end of an era for a while now, with Crosby, Malkin, and Letang all reaching the twilight of their careers. Can they find a way to will this top 6 heavy team into a playoff spot? I don't think so, but I think there's going to be a lot of opportunity to back them in high-scoring games. If you look at their goaltending situation, Tristan Jarry can't be trusted to shut the door, and their 2 best defensemen are offensive-minded in Chris Letang and Erik Karlsson. As for the Rangers, this is a team that finished just +1 in the goal differential last year, and with the same high-end talent up front, I think they could put up some goals in their opener. 6 of the last 8 meetings have gone over 5.5 goals, so I'll head over to DraftKings where I can grab it at minus 130. Official play, over 5.5 goals, minus 130. As for some props in this game, with goals to be expected, I don't think we can go wrong with any of these player prop combos. Crosby and Panarin each to record a point is minus 113. Panarin and Lafreniere to record a point plus 182. And Crosby and Raquel to each record a point is plus 127. 3 two-leg player prop parlays to each record a point. I think there's plenty of value in them, and we're going to be playing those for half a unit each. Finally, the final game on the card, we're heading out to the West Coast where the Colorado Avalanche take on the Los Angeles Kings at Crypto.com Arena. This game is a true pick'em. Both teams are lined at minus 110 on the money line, with the total sitting at 5.5, juiced minus 125 to the over. My first thought when I saw this game was the over is definitely the play. At 5.5, I think we're getting the best of the number, given how much scoring ability there is on both benches. The Kings, I believe, are going to be a sneaky good team this year, And if history is any indication, we're getting a high-scoring game. The over 5.5 has hit in 8 of the last 10 games, including a 5-4 meeting last April. I'm not going to overthink this one. I'm going to go over 5.5 at -125. And from a player prop perspective, we're going to go to the big gun, Nathan MacKinnon, over 1.5 points at +146. He's registered 25 points across his last 15 games against the Kings. Why not back him to come out hot, put up a multi-point game, and potentially lead the Avalanche to victory? The ice, we go to the diamond, a critical Game 3 between the Yankees and Blue Jays at Yankee Stadium in their ALDS series. We're going to play the over 7.5 runs at -110. So let me get this straight. The series shifts from Rogers Center to an even more hitter-friendly ballpark in Yankee Stadium with the wind blowing out to left field, and we're getting a 7.5. I'll take the over. Look, if the New York Yankees want to stave off elimination and live to fight another day, they're definitely going to need to get their shit together in the batter's box and in a hurry. Sure, they scored 7 runs in Game 2, and maybe that will spark them into something great offensively in Game 3 in front of their own fans. They've definitely got the pitching matchup to do so, going up against Shane Bieber, who has been better of late, but has still given up 6 home runs across his last 4 starts. That should be music to the Yankees' ears. On the flip side, the Jays' offense is dialed in right now. I don't think the shift in venue will hurt them at all. They've faced Rodon twice already this year, which favors the batters on the third go-around this time. We can also count on the Jays and the Yankees bullpens to likely give up some runs late. So at 7.5, I think there's plenty of value on the over. We're going to make this a 2-unit play. Over 7.5, -120. From Yankee Stadium, we go to Comerica Park, Seattle taking on Detroit. I honestly don't have a read on this series. I'm not going to force any plays just for the sake of forcing them. If I had to make a play, gun to my head, I would probably take the Seattle Mariners with Logan Gilbert on the mound opposing Jack Flaherty. But again, I'm just talking about it. I do think the Seattle team is a little bit better from top to bottom, but I'm not making this an official play. I do lean the Seattle Mariners here on the money line, -135. From the diamond, we go to the pitch. We're talking Women's Champions League action. We're talking Arsenal taking on Lyon. Arsenal enter this game as the defending Champions League winners, but their start to the domestic campaign has been far from solid. They're on a 3-match winless run and have kept just 1 clean sheet across their first 5 games. That's the bad news. The good news is that they still have plenty of attacking power up front that they can score their way out of trouble, and I see that coming to the forefront in this game. Arsenal are going to be very tested by a good Lyon side who sit in first place in the French Women's League, scoring 19 goals in 4 matches. While they've not yet been tested defensively, Lyon boasts an attack that can trouble the best teams in the world. The total is juiced 2.5 to the over at -225, so instead we'll pivot to the first half goal market. These two teams met last year in the semifinals of this competition, and Arsenal ran away to a 4-1 win after dropping the first leg 2-1. I expect Lyon to come out hungry and with a bone to pick with Arsenal, so we're going to go over 1.5 first half goals at +105. That wraps up Tuesday's edition of the Game Day Grind. Thank you guys so much for watching. To recap our best bets, from the pitch to the diamond to the ice, we're taking Arsenal versus Lyon over 1.5 goals at +105. We're taking the Jays, Yankees to go over 7.5 runs at -120. We're taking the Los Angeles Kings, Colorado Avalanche game over 5.5 goals at -125. We're taking the Pittsburgh Penguins, New York Rangers over 5.5 goals at -130. And we're taking the Chicago Blackhawks, Florida Panthers game to go under 5.5 goals at +100. If you guys enjoyed the content and analysis, please drop a like on the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel at Game Day Wagers, or leave a comment in the comment section if you guys are tailing, fading, or have any best bets for Tuesday's card. As always, keep grinding and good luck.